Y'all know before, man, I'm gonna get right into it now. The DDG and Halle Bailey situation has gotten completely out of control. Obviously, DDG released messages of what Halle Bailey was doing before she had the baby. So a lot of people cannot blame it on postpartum. And also, Halle Bailey released what she did a few weeks back in regards to him showing up to her house, taking pictures of her bed, and etc. And this shit goes on. A lot of people had DDG in the hot seat, but now with some of these messages, a lot of people are looking like not only is she a little bit out of her mind, but she also can't read or write, spell. Y'all get the point. Let's get right into the video.
This message is March 21st, 2024. Angry music. You put your PP inside of her in Mexico, knowing I was here taking care
Shout
of
out
our
to
AON. Stop the show. What is AON?
Got him!
Halle Bailey must have not went to school when she was an actress or homeschooled because she is completely illiterate. She cannot write for-ish. Angry music. Knowing I was crying before you left. Stop the show. Crying. C-R-Y-O-N.
I ain't gonna lie, the girl, I don't know if she was completely angry. 'Cause you know, when people are so upset, they can't really, settle their emotions down and whatever the case may be. But it's wild because it's almost like she was just speeding, rushing through text, maybe. But there's so many errors in her spelling that people are like, wait a minute, this girl ain't go to school. What the hell going on? What they do at Disney?
G.
Damn!
You selfish, disgusting, Perion. P-E-R-A-O-N. I think she meant to say person. She also says, you're evil. Stop the show. Y-O-I-R-E-V-I-L.
You stupid.
Like, can we focus on these spelling issues that Halle Bailey has? It's one thing to not know how to do math, but to not know how to write, like Halle Bailey, you're a superstar. You can barely read on a second grade level. There are embryos that are smarter than you. They're not even born yet.
He's right.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even when a person is upset, it should never be to the point where you are misspelling every last thing. I mean, it's either she was so down bad, having anxiety. She did mention that she was having anxiety issues and she was working out her mental issues, going to therapy and so forth. But whoa, that type of like anxiousness can just put you. That's what the Bible said. Don't be anxious at anything you do. Don't be anxious at anything you do. Don't get me wrong. DDG ain't no damn saint. DDG ain't a saint. But it's two sides to a story. And a lot of people trying to hide the other side. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people trying to hide the other side. A lot. A lot of people just want to show you one side, but don't want to show you the other.
March.
Let's see.
10th, 2022. And here we go with Halle Bailey not being able to read and write again. She writes, answer the effing phone. F-I-C-K-O-N-H phone.
Damn!
Then she says she can't spell that. So she says, answer TBE. Can't even spell the TBE effing phone. Now listen, the lady is calling and she can't spell effing. And she can't spell the. And she spells the curse word right, but can't spell the right.
Don't get me wrong. DDG could have been doing his own thing, messing with women continuously throughout their relationship. But like I said, what's wrong with a lot of people is they are multiplying without being fruitful. You're choosing people, having glorified situationship, not having no real relationship, not getting married, you having kids out of wedlock, and you wonder why this person is doing you dirty because you don't require nothing from them. You don't require them to be your husband, to allow their DNA to be in your womb. You give a man the greatest gift he can ever get from you. And then you wonder why he doesn't require marriage, that you wonder why he's not sitting back like, damn, I really need to take this girl serious. He don't need to take you serious because he got everything that he could possibly get without the ring.
It's crazy. She goes this. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing Daryl. That's it. So again, DDG, who's having baby mama drama with somebody that's really having a mental breakdown, he says, I just want to be left alone, please. Now, let me just say this about men. when we find out that you don't got no damn sense and you kind of like down bad and crazy, now we might love you, but when if you've ever had a chick like this, it is so draining. A lot of y'all won't.
Yeah, because I believe not only is she clingy, I believe she's clingy. I think Holly Bailey's look is super clingy, but I think too she put herself in an environment with an individual that has status, has options, and he's not going to put up with certain aspects of her behavior. Thinking, okay, why does she act like this? Why does she does this? She has a lot of insecurities, and she's consistently trying to make it appear like I'm the one with the problem, but it's actually her. And now he just wants space because she's overbearing. And then he's like, "Damn, I made a big mistake," but that's on him as well. That doesn't make DDG a saint. That makes him look crazy as well. Because think about what you're doing. You literally had a baby with someone, and you ain't really vet them the same way she didn't vet you, and y'all are having glorified situationships, and it just turns disastrous. And that's why you got restraining orders, etc. People trying to get full custody instead of splitting custody because people are bitter and hurt. This what happens when you do not be fruitful before you multiply. That's what happens.
For help. I have a knife. She says again, I'm calling for help, but why don't care? Do you? Talk show. Let's revisit that last spelling. But why don't care? Do you? I think you meant to say, honey, why don't you care? Well, you don't care to learn how to read and write, so it's hard for somebody to care about your feelings. Now, clearly, these text messages were before she had the baby. So you're trying to say this is postpartum depression? No, this girl is just down bad, and she has a lot of problems. Okay. Now, remember I said that DDG basically filed this appeal.
Oh yeah, let me just go to that too real quick. I wanted to show that actually. Let's see. Let me put this out right quick. So, DJ Academics posted this on X, but it was by his attorneys. A lot of people felt like DDG, was denied a temporary restraining order against Holly Bailey, but that was not true. A lot of people ran with that narrative. It was all over the place. But the court granted Mr. Granberry a temporary restraining order based on serious allegations set forth in his application. And I believe it was due to the fact of all the messages he's shown, the voice messages, and then her trying to leave, the country with their son. And he basically was just saying, hey, look, she's mentally unstable and she's going to be consistently around my son. And I'm not going to be able to get to him because I'm not in a close proximity. If he's far away, how am I supposed to protect him? Grant them, the temporary, restraining order, which I just think is completely and utterly foolish on both ends because all that does is create a hostile environment for the child, and it's only going to get worse. Yes, it might. You might have to have a third party involved, and this and that third. But when you co-parenting and you have to, discuss what daycares, what schools, doctor visits, all this shit, it is going to turn completely utterly toxic, man. It's gonna be only like I said before. The only people that suffer in these situations are the children. People need to realize that the only people that suffer is the children. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm up out of there.